I'm excited for this one. Hey world, welcome back and welcome to the Recovered Files with your one and only host, Mackenzie Taylor. You already know what it is. If you are listening, if you are watching on the YouTube platform, big shout out to you. Thank you all so much for your support, and I cannot wait to catch you over on the next episode of the Recovered Files. So, what do I have for you all today? Listen, the joy that I feel, the excitement that is bubbling in, is just honestly, truly an indicator of just how blessed I am. This topic that I am diving into today, I already knew when I was brainstorming season 2 that this had to be talked about, because as I grow older, I truly find myself being so grateful and so appreciative for the community that I have around me. Now, if you know, you know, I am always a person, community, 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 because it is so important. And I believe that it's something that I've always believed in and I've fostered since a very, very young age. But I was never really able to articulate it in a way where I was like, wow, this is going to change your life. This is going to shape your life in a way where you always have support. And when you realize you cannot do it by yourself. And this is so important because if you're anything like me, I was raised primarily as an only child in my household. So I am Mrs. Independent. I enjoy my own company. I can do bad all by myself. But knowing how much I always loved and enjoyed other people, I can see now that as I have gone through all the years of my life up until this moment, crafting a community that is truly like a family that I know has got my back come anything, hell or high water, it is such a rich and joyful feeling. And I have come on here today to brag. I've come to brag, okay? I've come to give flowers on flowers on flowers. And with this file in particular, I feel it is so necessary, and I hope that I always cherish and honor my tribe in the light that I express today. I will be name dropping, I will be giving some shout outs, so prepare to have the spotlight shined on you. But I need you all to know that this one is for you. So today, file 16 is, who is your tribe? Who is your tribe? And you better rep them like you rep your birthday, like you rep your set, like you rep where your city, where you're from. You better rep your tribe, okay? Because you are a reflection of them. I am only good. The sum of my parts, truly, to make me whole is my tribe. So let me go ahead and start off with a list of shout outs so you already know who you are. My mom, Montavo, Cheyenne, Diage, Sydney, Nia, Marshall, Michaela, my dad, Brianna, Zora, all of you all and more. Mrs. Hedrick, you all are my tribe, and I'm so grateful to you. I'm so grateful that you have come into my life, that you have made an impact on my life and set the tone for who I get to be today. And I'm so excited just to talk more about how you really have changed my life, how you have impacted my life, and how I value you so much in my life. So yeah, let's get into it. All right, so starting off, I want to say, you know, if I have to take a little bit of credit, having an eye for rarity. And we're gonna take a journey from past to present, because when I talk about tribe, of course, there are some people who are in my life currently, but also there are people who I consider a part of my tribe who I may not be as close with or in conversation with today, but the impact and the mark that you have left on my heart and my life is forever lasting. It's like a tattoo, it's permanent, and I consider you my tribe, and I always will. And when we take a journey into the past, I want to start by saying that when I was a child, I've always loved people. I've always loved people. And even though I feel like people now is my superpower as an adult, as a child, I couldn't really articulate that. So I was always one to pay attention. I'm always listening. I'm always looking for the details, and I always had this intuition of letting me know when something was real and something was true. And I'm so blessed because when I think of my childhood, my very, very first best friend, Cheyenne M. I'm not going to do last names because I'm not trying to get too federal in here. But girl, you're the blueprint. You're the blueprint. You are the relationship, my very, very first friendship and relationship that I just knew that I will forever love this girl. We have stories and memories that will take me to my grave and beyond. And I always just felt so grateful because it was a long-standing friendship that, you know, even as we continue to grow older, and even though, you know, life happens, I knew that it was so real to the point of when I decided to make other friends, or even when I had other friends, nothing compared. And I was like, I can still have really great relationships with other people, but that is a best friend. That is a sister. Like, that is a soulmate. And even more so in my childhood with Diage, I mean, these are friendships, when I'm talking about this in terms of my tribe, that have stood the test of so many things, stood the test of indifferences, fights, distance, being set apart, but just knowing that no matter where life took us or has taken us, my love never wavered. In the way that I see and the way that I hold you in my heart and my mind, it is a place that cannot be tainted, it cannot be removed, it cannot be replaced. It is just there to stay. And you know, I understand that not a lot of people get to have really true relationships and friendships, especially when they are young. And so as I continue to grow older, it was definitely a thing of, I just started meeting my people. I started meeting my people from elementary school to high school to college. And I will say that a shift definitely changed. I didn't really start calling my tribe until maybe in the college, late adulthood, where I could say, no, these are my people. Because I had an identity crisis and I was scared about friendships and relationships when I got to college. I went to a creative university where I remember my freshman year, it was so cliquey, and everything that I kind of saw around me, I just saw people having really true friendships. And the friendships that I did have, say from high school, or friendships that I had as a child, you know, everyone lives their own life. People go in different directions. People go to different states. They like drift apart. And when I was a freshman in college, I really only viewed real friendships and real tribe as the people who are in your face, the people that you hang out with every day. Can I consider you my best friend if I'm there with you 24/7, if we talk every day? And even though I had really, really good relationships and friendships growing up, because I didn't have those people in my face all the time, or I wasn't spending all the time with them that I would see when I went everywhere else. Like when I'm going to class, when you have people to go to lunch with, you have people to go to parties with on the weekends. I didn't have that yet. And, or so I thought, okay? Or so I thought I didn't have that. And it took me really growing up to understand. There was definitely a switch that clicked. I can't remember exactly what time that it was, but I remember being with myself, like I said, raised the only child, so I enjoy my own company. I can keep myself entertained, and you really have to be one of one to make me want to give up my personal time so that we can kick it and that we can always be in the same space. And there was a moment when the switch clicked of, no, I do have really good friendships, and I have really rich relationships and people that I want to stay in my life. And I know I'm in college, and people from high school, maybe I don't see them all the time, or maybe I don't, am not in their orbit as much as I was, but those are still my people. Like, I still got them. I still have their backs no matter what, through thick and thin. And when I talk about high school and even coming to that realization later in college, I was so scared of losing my high school friendships. Marshall and Sydney, y'all. The trio, like I love y'all down. I love y'all down, but y'all know that when we separated and went into college, I was so terrified of losing our friendship because of distance, because we were in different places. Life was building up, responsibilities were gaining, where it was like, I really can't check in how much I want to, but I hope they know just how much I freaking love them, how much I would do anything for them. And like I said, fast forward, we get to that switch where it clicks in college, and I'm like, no, these are my people. These are my people, and I can keep them as my people. And it's just about nourishing that and doing whatever I can in a way of letting them know and them letting me know that you made an impact in my life. You made an impact in my life so much where you changed it. And even when I talk about high school, Mrs. Hedrick was one of my theater teachers, from a freshman in high school, and she just saw me. She saw me and she encouraged me in a way that stood out from all the other teachers. She spoke life into me. And when we talk about finding people and recognizing people who are a part of our tribe, that is an important thing. People who see you exactly for who you are, who see you for who you can be, even when you don't have all the answers yourself. I had an idea of who I was and who I wanted to be in high school, but I didn't know everything. And even in that mist, it was just, I had her as a mentor to say, no, you got it. You got it, Taylor. You're a star. You're going to go far. I'm rooting for you. I'm proud of you. And just that understanding, that thing, like, you don't have to say it for it to be understood. I felt her love for me. I felt her support for me. And it changed my life. It impacted my life. It made me decide to pursue acting, pursue performance, pursue that as a career, which led me to my next step of going to college and picking the college that I want. Nia, my baby Nia Papia. Oh, me and Nia met in high school. We were on the Melanin Couch in our theater class, and we went to college together, but we also fell out in college. Me and Nia had a whole thing where we were like not friends for like a whole year, and that was a whole thing within itself. But that's what I'm saying. When you realize as time goes on who is your tribe, because people don't always stay. People leave, and some people are there for a season. Some people are there to stay for longer than that. And we found our way back to each other, even after a whole year of, not talking to each other, not being friends, but realizing that, hey, no, because the time that you were in my life, you impacted my life so, so much. And listen, there are people who I really love, okay? People that I always will have love for, people that I consider really good friends, that I may not have mentioned, or I will not mention in this file today. but I still hold you close. I still hold you close. I still recognize you for who you are in my life, and you still have an impact in my life. Um, but on the topic today of who's your tribe, it goes deeper than just being a good friend. It goes deeper than just having a good time. It goes deeper than, you know, proximity. Hello? Hello? Listen, it's no shade, no tea. But for the people who are watching and people who feel like, wow, I really want a tribe. Um I want to feel that closeness, that specialness, that soulmate feeling with friendships and relationships and people in my life. You have to realize that there is a difference. When you say your tribe, these are people that are like, they're different. And I want to transition this into saying that my next point of knowing the importance of boundaries and labels. Okay. As I continue to go into college, I continue to make friends, and you know, some people stayed, some people left, and there's a season for everything. And the people that I thought I was going to end college with, that I thought were going to take me well into adulthood, those things did not happen. And there have also been people on the opposite side of the spectrum that is like, I would have never guessed. I would have never guessed you would have been in my life the way that you are today and made the impact that you are. And that's where I am shouting out Zora, that's where I'm shouting out Brianna, because now that we are in adulthood, and even though our paths crossed when we were in college, the impact, the way that we show up for each other, the way that we root for each other, the way that we just continue like on life's journey, no matter where our paths take us, whether they still cross, whether they align or whatever, you are a part of my tribe, and I value you, and I hold you so close. And I think it's just one of those things of really letting time do its thing, letting successes happen, letting fails happen, letting wins and losses, all of those different things happen, to see really who are your people and who are your tribe. And I mentioned that, and I just want to kind of round that out by saying that friendships have always meant the most to me. I consider myself a very loyal person, and for the people who have been able to reciprocate that in a way where it's not one-sided, where I don't feel like maybe I give too much that you can't give back to me, or maybe I feel like you give to me so much that I'm not really able to give back to you. Having that boundary, having that sweet spot of knowing that there is a reciprocity in my friendships that are so rich and are so foundational, where it affects my relationships. And that is where I'm going to transition it, and I am going to shout out my man, which is MJ. You are, I don't want to get emotional. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. You changed my life. Ever since I have met you, the day you came into my life, I knew that you would change it. And you have completely changed it for the better. You continue to change my life for the better. And I'm grateful to have the friendships that I have in my life that make me confident to explore our relationship, because not only are you just my partner, but you are my friend, and you have seen me through every season, every up and down, and you know our story, and just that our love continues to prevail. But not only our love, but our honor and our respect, and it goes a very long way. And I am just so grateful and so blessed that you get to be a part of my tribe, and that I get to be a part of your tribe, and we get to support each other and love each other no matter what the circumstance is in our things that we stand on alike, and also our differences as well too. And it's a blessing. It's a blessing all around, and that's why I am continuing to give flowers. Even when I talk about relationships with my mom, my dad, my grandmothers, my cousin Michaela, like these are family members in my life who have truly impacted the way that I love, and it's definitely a direct reflection of who I am as a person because of the love that I have had from family that makes me successful in friendships and relationships. Because everybody knows you don't always see eye to eye with your parents. You definitely don't see eye to eye with the people that you are blood related to. But listen, to have family that truly has your back, to have family that you can lean on, that you can rely on, that you know are going to pray for you, that you know who are going to support you. These are people who become part of your tribe. And I hope that as I am going through these experiences, that for who's watching, you are able to kind of pull a similarity for how much I reverence and talk about the people that I love in my life and appreciate in my life. Because it's not just for how they support, but it's who they are as people. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just through the good times where I realize like, oh my gosh, you were just such a good friend. Like you were just such a good boyfriend. You were such a good mom. No, it's been through trials and tribulations where I have realized like, these are my people no matter what. The impact that you have in my life, the place that you hold in my heart, it can't be duplicated, and it definitely can't be replicated. I am a people person. I can get along with any and everybody. I love people. I love making friends. I love making acquaintances. I love interactions with people. But there are standout people, my tribe, who are just galaxies beyond the rest. Beyond the rest. And that has nothing to do with how they showed up for me. That has everything to do with who they are as people. They are stars in their own light. They have their own shine to them. They have their own strengths and weaknesses that are beautiful to me, that are beautiful and mesh so well. And I thank God every chance that I get that I was fortunate enough to cross paths with these people and keep them in my orbit and keep them in my heart, where they contribute to the success of who I am today, the success of me as a person, the success of my heart and my soul and my character is because of my tribe and the great people around me. Oh, okay. All right. I was gushing over y'all, okay? I hope y'all are blushing. I hope y'all are smiling right now. But with all that being said, one thing about tribe, like I said, even though the people that I have name dropped, they may not be the people who I get to see now. They may not be the people that I am in close relationship with now, but that is what happens in life. And as you grow older, I want you all to be able to reflect and sit back on your life of, don't let the world, fleeting things like social media trick you and have you believe what a friendship or what a relationship is supposed to look like. We are all different people. We all have different needs, and it's not just on one person to supply that. Yeah, if you got a sister, if you got a soulmate where it's like it's just me and her, or it's just me and him, to the wheels fall off, that's fine. You could definitely have your own one-on-one that's gonna ride for you. But there is a richness in community. There is a richness and a diversity of people who are able to bring different experiences, different point of views, different knowledge, different things to expand the way that you love, and to expand the way that you see the world, and expand the way that you want to support other people. And so when you're navigating and trying to find your tribe, impact. It's not about the people who are in the season for now, because seasons change. It's about where they stay. And you know what? I love you too, Jada. I'm not gonna go too much into that, but I'm just gonna leave that at that right there. Um, but yeah, everyone who comes into your life is not meant to stay. And things can be for a season, but it's about the people that impact you and how you continue to move that forward. And I think I want to go ahead and round this out with just encouraging people out there who have been in the place that I was in college, where I just felt like, oh my gosh, I don't have anyone here for me, and I don't know who my people are, and I want that so badly. I want to be able to have a clique, and I want to have people that all get along with each other. I have been able to craft my tribe by knowing that I met my tribe in different places at different times in my life. And I didn't find a group of people in one city or um, one event or one state. And I know that looks different for everybody. Your tribe may just be your hometown people that you have grown up with, and that is fine as well too. But as the time and seasons change, definitely just broaden your scope of what you consider to be your tribe and how you find them as well too. You have to be willing to put yourself out there. You have to be willing to um, bear yourself and be honest and be true with other people to get that back. You get what I'm saying? Also, when I'm talking about tribe, please don't abandon your friends. Don't abandon your good friends, okay? Don't abandon your acquaintances. Now listen, there's no guarantee that I can make a topic for my good friends, but my acquaintances. But they are there in my life. There are people, trust me, like I said, who I have not name dropped, who have come across my life that are just kind of pinging across my head right now, of just like, I appreciate them. I appreciate them for who they are, who they've been, for who they made me, and continue to grow and just be in that. So I think this is a short one, but it was definitely sweet. I just have so much gratitude. I'm so grateful that I was able to brag. And I will say again, I hope I always reverend my community and I uphold them. And I always am in a place to give them their flowers, because the sum of your parts sometimes can be greater than your whole. When you look at me, when people meet me, when strangers meet me, you're not just meeting me. You're meeting all of the people in my life who have poured into me. You're meeting all the people who have loved me so that I am able to love. Hello, Kalakit. You can't take all the credit. You can't, and you better not. You better look around you. You better look to your left. You better look to your right. You better look to the sky, but we ain't looking down, okay? Okay, I'm just having fun. You can tell I'm rambling a little bit. That's okay. I'm going to close it out. I just want to say that when you look at yourself in the mirror, when you see the person that you are, or even the person that you aspire to be, when you're looking in the mirror, sometimes you're not only seeing your reflection, okay? So hold on to that and let this be a message to reach out to your tribe, to call people if you haven't called them in a while. Say, hey, I miss you. How's it going? Say that you love them. Say that you appreciate them. Say that you see them. Plan a night out together. Do something. But love your tribe while they are here. This world is fleeting. It's crazy. And you have to give flowers while people are here, because they deserve it. And so I just want this to be a message of love. This has been File 16. We can talk about it in the comments, you know. You can always follow the conversation afterwards on the Instagram at The Recovered Files. And y'all should know what it is. I'll catch you over on the next episode of The Recovered Files. All right. I love y'all. I really, 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 really love y'all. Love you. Bye. I'm just speaking from the heart. I try so much to have guidelines, but this one may just have to come from deep within, okay? This is not hitting how I want it to hit. Okay, this one's a little bit harder.